So next up in our Eat the Rich short block is the new one from Michèle Kaye. It is called Nosocomephilia, I think. Right? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this. Yeah, so Michèle wrote and directed it. It is produced by Laura Tremblay, Jen Pogue, Laura Norden, Tejasavi Bola, and Emily Andrews. Associate produced by Tara Spencer-Nairn and Henry Sansom. Henry Sansom also is on cinematography. Dazzy Shah is production design. Costume design is Haley Turner. Yeah, let's get to the cast. Our cast. So Frances is played by Tara Spencer-Nairn. Imali Pereira is Lily. Jessica is played by Andrea Pavlovich. Colin Andrew Nimblett is a technician. We've got the nurse played by Will. Sorry, people. The nurse played by Will Mackenzie. The male doctor played by Daniel Henkel. And the new doctor played by Winnie Clark. So, the gist of the story is this. A woman approaching menopause begins compulsively seeing doctors as a substitution for the validation she once received from men. In another place, it's just the woman is in a state of ennui, right? And yeah, this is really interesting, right? You know, we start off and we see Frances, our lady, in a bed, in a big ass bed, right? Definitely king, maybe bigger if you can get big. I'm not sure, right? But in a big bed, and she's like tossing and turning, and there's just a look of dissatisfaction on her face, and we see her, you know, bring her hand underneath the covers and start to, you know, play with herself. But even then, it doesn't seem to be fulfilling her, right? So she's having dinner. Her maid housekeeper, you know, Lily, brings her a souffle, and she's like, wow. But Lily's ill. She doesn't seem to regard Lily, but takes her to hospital. And I think it's at the hospital she sees that Lily's now getting attention. And I think that, like, it feels like that is the spark, right? That is the thing that makes Frances think, okay, if I can get in there, I can get the attention I'm not getting, right? The feeling of validation, as it were. So we see her in the doctor's office, and it's a bit like that, you know, in Usual Suspects, when Kevin Spacey is looking at the walls and using, you know, the posters and the notes and everything to kind of feel out his story. You know, because she sees a poster and then it's like, oh, it's my throat. Like, she's not ill. Frances isn't ill. But we see once she is being examined, it's like she's now in a state of ecstasy. right? And we seem to kind of, everything goes, ethereal. And Frances is getting high on the attention. Right, so now she's chasing that dragon, and we see throughout the rest of this show, right, that Frances needs this. This is what's driving her, what's fulfilling her. It's because this is about 14 minutes, right? 14 minutes, and the interesting thing is because she is looking for attention. And when you go to the States, you can pay for your treatment, right? And I think you see that the doctors and everyone, you get the sense that they understand that there's nothing really wrong with her. But it's just like, yeah, we're making money. Fuck it. Let's do this. So they're jazzed. She's jazzed. And it's this like terrible, vicious circle that we're now in. But she has to kind of think of all these new ailments, these new things to warrant going back, getting new scans, new examinations, just all of this. So we're seeing all of this and the euphoria, right? It's what she was looking for, the attention she's looking for, but also it's not doing good to her. Like at the start, we do see, these creams for youthful looks and all of this all over the place. So, she wants to be young. She wants to be, looked upon in a way of, lust and adoration. So she is chasing that attention, but in now chasing that attention, she's losing all of that other stuff. So it is this crazy downward spiral that is a fascinating thing to observe, right? And I think Michèle does do a good job of showing this and the viewer being able to understand this without it actually being put into words. So, yeah, I think this is definitely an interesting short to check out. I mean, if I could actually pronounce it, I feel I'd be doing it more of a service. But yeah, people, if Nosocomephilia sounds of interest to you, you can watch it during this year's Final Girls Berlin.